here are our tomato planting tips. So first off, you want to dig a hole as deep as you can go into your raised bed or into the ground. And then you want to sprinkle just a pinch of Epsom salts into the hole. Just regular Epsom salts that you purchase at the store. They're magnesium sulfate. They're really good for tomatoes. Water soluble, dissolves right into the soil. And then what I do is just kind of mix it in just a little bit. This is a new trick that we're doing this year with the egg in the hole that we learned from Jess over at Roots and Refuge. And you basically put the egg in the hole. I'm going to use my shovel to just tap it a little bit. Put an egg in the hole. Use my planting shovel to just tap a little bit. And now we're ready to add our tomato plants. All right, so let's talk about the tomato plant in general. This is a Roma plant that I started from seed back in late February, early March, and it's doing really well. A couple cool things about tomatoes. They will continue to put off roots. So if you see, can you appreciate those tiny little hairs on the stem? Those are actually baby roots. So what we're gonna do is snap off these bottom leaves because we want the plant to have a really well established, just gonna snap those off. You can also cut them off. Really strong root system. Strong roots help to build strong plants. They help to prevent disease. And so that's what we want. Strong plant, healthy plant. So I put it down in the hole, and you can tell those roots are kind of popping out down by the stem there. Can you see that? It's kind of hard with the shade. But basically then, we just pile all this dirt in around our tomato plant until we build a little mound around it. Push it down. And then what I like to do is kind of just do a tiny, you want to do like a tiny moat around. So you want to build up the dirt, press it down, and then kind of have this little moat. The reason being, when it rains, you don't want water to sit at the base of the stem. When you build this little moat, water will roll down and kind of sit out here. It also encourages the roots to continue to grow out away from the plant because here's where all the water supply is. So this is tomato planting 101. The other thing I want to show you real quick is pruning tomatoes. Right here in the armpit of the stem is a little stem, little plant grown, and that is called a sucker. Now, if you were to take this sucker and leave it on the plant, it would grow into a main stem that would also lead to flowers and fruit. Because we plant our tomatoes so densely, about 12 to 18 inches apart, and we live in a fairly humid climate, I only want one single stem coming off of my tomato plant. So I'm going to pull out these little tiny suckers. You could put these in some water. They will develop roots and you could plant them if you wanted. But for us, we just toss them. We have enough tomatoes at this point. So a little bit about tomatoes. As we get we're gonna put in trellises behind here for these to grow up and for them to attach to. And I will show you as we get more into pruning kind of what we're doing. So the previous two videos were of me transplanting these Romas into the ground. We did that about 5 days ago. And I wanted to show you guys how great they look a few days later. So you can tell we're even getting a few flowers. A little early to be getting flowers, but I think I'm going to leave them on. The plants are doing well. And then we took some grass clippings and we just mounded them up here around the base of the plants to help keep down weeds and to help increase moisture in the soil. So just a quick video to show you how well our plants are responding to being transplanted. Thanks for watching today. If you have any more tips for transplanting tomatoes, please leave them in the comments below, and stay tuned for a video on pruning
tomatoes.